Hi, Amy here, and I'm doing a ombre dresser today. I've already started. I've been sitting on it for a week, been watching some videos so I know what to do next. And I've been watching videos on Facebook Live. I've been watching the Sweet Tea Life, love her channel, her Facebook page. And then I also been watching the Turquoise Iris, and they both do a lot of color blending. Very smooth, very fluid color blending. And so I'm gonna try to do this with water and a spray bottle of water and my new brushes I just got from Jami Vintage. And Jami Vintage is also a YouTube channel that I watch, that I get a lot of painting tips from. So my three favorite ladies that I like to watch is the Turquoise Iris on Facebook, the Sweet Tea Life on Facebook, and then Jami Vintage on YouTube. So kind of combining everything I'm learning from them. And I'm gonna try something new. Hopefully it turns out, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I'll insert some before pictures of what this looked like before, but there's the top of the hutch right there. It's all gray. I'm trying to decide what I'm gonna do with it now. I just started painting that a couple weeks ago and it's just been sitting here. That's the top of this desk. Now you can see, let me step back a little bit. So you can see I painted it with paint that I had already had. I ordered some more paint through the Wise Owl on the Sweet Tea Life, and then I've also gonna be ordering some paint from Jami Vintage. But I'm using paint that I have around the house here right now. The gray is aged gray from Rust-oluem Chalk Paint. And then the green, I'm in love with this green, this mint green. Okay, Sea Glass from Artminds. I love this color. Okay, I just love this color. It's got such a pretty green. So I'm doing a green and gray ombre. And what I'm gonna do today is basically what I did to the chairs too, at the bottom part of it. I primed this with 123 primer in white. I just primed it, and then I put one coat of the Rust-oluem aged gray over the entire thing. And then I put one coat of the Sea Glass green halfway up, but there's a line. So see there, where the two colors kind of go, the separation of two colors. I'm going to try to blend that so it looks more ombre. It's a more smooth transition between the two colors. So I'm experimenting. We're gonna see how today goes. Okay, I'm trying my new brushes I got these from Jami Vintage. These are the zebra brushes, and can't remember the size, but these are called zebra brushes, and she uses them on her furniture, and so I'm giving them a try for the first time. I've got two of them. One is going to be for the green, the Sea Glass, and one will be for the gray. So I have my green and my gray paint both poured out, the Sea Glass and the aged gray. The aged gray is like water. That's the different Rust-oluem brand. It's just a watery paint. The Artminds, you can tip it up and it's not gonna hardly run. It's a much thicker paint. But then I also have a spritz bottle of water. And after watching their videos, one thing you need to do is make sure you have it a mist, not stream. You don't want that hard stream of water coming out. You just want a mist, because we're gonna be wetting the paint down so we can blend it together. And like I said, I've never done this before, so this is something new for me. But I've been watching enough of their videos, so we'll see. And I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, I'm gonna start with the gray first. Do my paintbrush in here. I'm gonna cover this again, and then just right to where the green starts, and then I'm gonna do the green so I have wet paint on the top and the bottom. You have to work with wet paint. So. Oh, I like the paintbrush so far. It's easy to hold on to. It's nice and putting the paint on nice and smooth. Just want to get a wet coat on here. So I'm working with wet paint. I painted this 3 days ago. And so the paint's pretty much dry, and I need to have it wet to work with it. Okay, nice and wet. Now I'm gonna switch my brush and I'm gonna do the green. And I put the paint, I don't know if I mentioned this before, I put the paint on a cup because when we start doing the blending, you don't want to accidentally contaminate your container. I don't want my green container to get gray paint in it, and I don't want my gray can of Rust-oluem to get green paint in it. So you want to pour it out, you don't want to work out of the cans. Okay. I just love this green. Next color I'm gonna order some DIY paint, and I'm gonna order it in the mint chip. I wanna try that. Oops, dog hair. There we go. It wasn't the brush shedding, that was literally dog hair. It's my dog Bella. There's another one. Okay. And there. I didn't get it. Did I get it that time? Nope. There we go. Okay, so my paint is wet. Doesn't matter how you put it on, you just want to make sure your paint is wet. Now here's the scary part. Just put my brush down, and now I need to spritz it with water. I gotta spray, make sure it's at mist. Yeah. So now I'm gonna spray it down, and I'm going to blend. Not sure using this thin of a brush was a good idea. I think I needed to use a fatter brush. Dip it some more of the mint. Switch to the gray brush. Blend it up. I'm thinking these brushes weren't probably what I should be using. I think I need to go back and go get a flatter brush. I think these are too round because it's leaving too much of a definite line. Let me go get a flat brush. Okay, I'm going for a flatter brush. This is a milk paint brush, and I got it at Walmart. It sheds horribly, but the more I use it, the less it sheds. So we'll see how this is gonna work. There we go. I'm liking that. So I sprayed it with some water and blended it through. Oops, I didn't want to do that though. That's got to be green down there. Add some green. I'm gonna have to go back and add some more green because I got gray in this now. Spray a little more water on there, see if I can blend it some more. Just keep working with it. I need some green in there. There. I'll use this brush for all of it. Okay. The water, the minute your paint starts to drag or feel dry, if you spray it with water, it just kind of goes so much smoother. It's Just kind of smooths it out. Keeps you from getting those drag marks. As you can see, I just keep misting it. Not too much, you don't want your paint just like turn to water. You can kind of tell when your paintbrush starts to get really dry and it's pulling the paint with. Spritz it a little bit, kind of reactivates it. And I like this. See that, how oops, I scratch it with my fingers. I was looking at the camera. Okay, see how it nicely blends the paints? And I need a, okay. Just keep going in areas where you think it needs more blending. If it starts to drag, just give it a little spritz. And I keep dipping back into my green because I don't want the gray carried too far down into the bottom. I want the bottom to stay green. So it's kind of like I'm using one side of my brush, the side that's facing here, I use that with the green. And then when I want to blend, I turn it and I pull up and I'm using the other side of the brush. It's kind of helping me from dragging the gray down too far into the green. And then I flip my brush up and pull. Back down. Whenever I get a hard bit of gray, I just flip my brush the other way so I can drag the green down. I'm liking that. Let me spritz it one more time, just a little more blend at the top. Not a lot of water, just a little. Get my brush off on a board. Okay, and I'm gonna drag it up. Definitely dragging up here at the top. There we go. Gives it an interesting look. You see, now I don't have that hard line between the green and the gray. Just a little spritzing of water. Okay. And I'm barely touching it. I'm not heavy-handed. I'm very, like you can see in my hand, I'm not even using all my fingers. I'm just letting the brush do the work. And some more green in there. I'm liking that. So that's how you do the ombre. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna let this dry, and I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm gonna let it dry. I like the look of it because it goes gray, little lighter gray with the green mixed in down to the green. And I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna do the same thing to the front drawers. And I haven't decided what I'm gonna do with the upper hutch. When I do the upper hutch, I'll try to videotape that, but I will take finished pictures of the desk. Even if the hutch part isn't done yet, I'll at least take pictures of the desk, let you see how it turned out. But that's how easy it is to do ombre. Painted the bottom half green in the sea glass, painted the top half in Rust-oluem aged gray chalk paint, and then made sure the paint was wet, misted it with water, and just blended the line out. That's all there was to it. And I do like how these brushes put the paint on, but they're too skinny, so and they're too round, it didn't blend very easily. So I can see these for painting a piece. I don't really see using these for like this type of, nice and neat, trying to blend, because they're too round, but they are beautiful brushes. I'll try them out again on another piece that's larger, and I'll show you how they work. But for now, you kind of need, I wish I could get my hands on the Klingon new one. I think it's called the S50 that everybody wants, but no one can get their hands on them because they're always sold out. It's the same shape as this, but this is a cheap brush from Walmart. It's for, no, I got this at, Michael's Craft Store. It says it's for milk paint, but the first time I used it, it shedded horribly. But I continue to keep using it and washing it, and the more I've used it, the less it's shedding. Like, it didn't shed at all today. So I think, you know, if you buy one of these inexpensive brushes, which, you know, they are kind of crap, but you have to wash them and use them a lot before you put them on a really nice piece. Otherwise, I seriously was picking hairs, broken bristles out of this. Every third swipe, I was having to pick a hair off. It was awful. But the more I used it, the less it's shedding. So, but this is a cheap brush. Okay, well, when I get done with the entire thing, I will put pictures at the end so you can see how it turned out. But see how nicely it blended? I think it's gonna be fun. And I'm looking forward to doing some more ombre projects. And I have one piece already in mind that I think I'm gonna be doing with Wise Owl Bone and Wise Owl Espresso on a China hutch that I'm making into a curio cabinet. I will try to videotape that. I'm gonna use either these two brushes on that, not to do the blending, but to do the solid base coat. And but I'll get to that one and I'll show you that one. And I have another dresser showing up that is a real antique that I'll be painting, and I'm excited about that. I pick it up on Saturday. But okay, so this is the ombre technique, and I see me doing this a lot in the upcoming future. It's fun, it's easy, and that's all there was. I painted the top gray, painted the bottom green, made sure the paint was wet, spritzed it with a little water, and blended the two together. That's all there was. Okay, well, like I said, I will put a finished product picture at the end. And this is Amy's Fashion Toppings and AJ's Vintage Designs. Until next time, you have a great day.